Vaccinator injector is useful when vaccinating or injecting large numbers of livestock. It allows the same dose to be given repeatedly to many animals. Many different designs of auto-vaccinator injector are now available. Some are designed to attach to a draw-off tube. Others are designed to draw the vaccine or antibiotic off and dispense metered dosages. Auto-vaccinators have variable dose rates. Ensure that the vaccinator will deliver the correct dose for the vaccine you wish to use. Set the dose on the vaccinator. And using boiled tap water or sterile water, pump through at least 10 doses of the vaccine into a graduated measuring cylinder. A syringe with the plunger removed and the needle end blocked off will suffice. Ensure that the total volume dispensed is equal to the multiple of the doses dispensed. It may be necessary to get a new vaccinator if fine adjustment is not possible. So if you've vaccinated 10 animals with 2 mils each, you should have 20 mils in the syringe. Some vaccinator guns are specially designed to protect the operator against needle stick injuries by the use of a protective shroud that covers the needle between uses. Because of the wide range of vaccinator guns on the market, please read the directions for cleaning with each vaccinator. If a number of simple steps are followed, problems with vaccinator gun failure will be avoided, and you can ensure your vaccinator gun has a long life. Only use dishwashing detergent to clean residues of vaccine from the vaccinator gun. Don't use harsh disinfectants. Once the vaccinator has been cleared of residue of previous vaccines, rinse it several times with clean water. Lubricate the vaccinator with castor oil. Sterilise the vaccinator by boiling or pumping boiling water through the apparatus for around 10 minutes. Place the vaccinator in a Ziploc bag for storage once cleaned and disinfected. Vaccines need to be kept cool and protected from light to ensure they remain effective. This needs to be done until the point of usage. This also allows reuse of open packs of some Pfizer vaccines within 30 days. Use a sufficient quantity of ice bricks to keep the vaccine cooler than 8 degrees for the time that you're using it. If working over a whole day, it may be necessary to replace ice bricks during the day or use a portable refrigerator to keep vaccine cool. The esky needs only to be big enough to hold the quantity of vaccine being used and an ice brick. I'm often asked, what's a vaccine holster and what is it used for? A range of vaccine holsters are on the market. They're designed to hold a pillow pack of vaccine and keep it cool. They're generally manufactured from special insulating materials designed to keep vaccines cool and to protect them from light. Vaccine holsters will only slow the heating of vaccine. Don't leave vaccine holsters out for extended periods, especially in direct sunlight. Place them into an esky with an ice brick, if not being used for any period of time. Vaccines can be handled without the use of a vaccine holster. Place the vaccine in an esky when not in use. To get the most out of your Pfizer animal health vaccines, correct storage and handling are essential, and following some simple guidelines, your vaccines will last longer and be more effective. Temperature affects all vaccines. Pfizer animal health vaccines need to be stored between 2 and 8 degrees Celsius and protected from light to ensure they remain effective for the duration of their shelf life. Freezing vaccines is a big no-no. Freezing can lead to separation of critical components, making them difficult to inject and less effective. Also, heating will lead to a loss of effectiveness and shelf life. Vaccines should always be stored and transported according to label instructions. We are talking about Pfizer's range of inactivated or killed livestock vaccine. Allowing killed vaccine to warm to room temperature for short periods during actual use is unavoidable, but all practical steps should be taken to keep the vaccine cool during storage. On receiving the product, don't leave the vaccine in the esky. Unpack it and stack it on shelves in a refrigerator or cool room, with vaccine evenly distributed over a reasonable area, away from the fan, as this tends to be the coolest part of the fridge and the most likely to reach freezing temperatures. This also ensures proper flow of cold air between vaccine packs and rapid cooling. If there's a possibility of even spacing, do this to ensure airflow and even cooling. Check the expiry date on all vaccines to ensure that the oldest vaccine in the fridge is used first. All Pfizer vaccines are marked with a use-by date on both the box and the pillow pack. Vaccines should always be transported in an esky with an ice brick or in a car fridge. When going to town to buy vaccine, take an esky and ice brick with you. This will ensure vaccine is kept cool on the way home. A leaflet with detailed instructions on the use of the vaccine is located inside each pack. This leaflet also contains information about the dosage, storage and disposal of the vaccine. Importantly, first aid information in the event of accidents is also on this leaflet. If you accidentally inject yourself with a vaccine, take the leaflet with you to the doctor. Dosages and administration procedure for vaccines are also printed on the label of the vaccine pack. To hook your vaccinator up to your pillow pack, first attach the draw-off assembly to the auto vaccinator. Gently agitate the vaccine pack to ensure that it is in suspension. Don't shake, or this will cause the vaccine to foam. Attach the draw-off assembly to the vaccine pack. Hold the vaccine pack above the vaccinator and gently depress the plunger several times, allowing the vaccine to come down into the draw-off assembly. Be careful to avoid getting air in the tube, as this will cause vacuum in the pack as it empties and can lead to incorrect vaccine dosage. Carefully fill the vaccinator chamber and elevate the tip of the vaccinator vertically to remove the last air. You're now ready to vaccinate. For many Pfizer vaccines, a partially used pack can be stored and used for up to 30 days after first opening if the following steps are taken. Unscrew the delivery tube from the vaccine pack. Empty the delivery tube and vaccinator by depressing the plunger several times. Disinfect the stopper with a suitable disinfectant, for example methylated spirits. Place the vaccine pack in the original outer packaging and store upright in the refrigerator. Ensure that you don't freeze the vaccine. All other vaccines must be used within 24 hours of opening. Check the use-by date on the pack. This is located on the outer box and on the vaccine pack. This is the date by which the vaccine must be used. Once opened, you have 30 days to use the opened pack of vaccine. Mark the date the vaccine was opened on opened packs. Using reopened vaccine is no different to using an opened pack. The use-by date is the last date by which a vaccine can be used. Remember, you have 30 days to reuse the vaccine once opened. It's important you don't use a vaccine past its use-by date. Always handle animals quietly and with the least amount of stress to the animal. Facilities vary wherever you work. Different approaches are appropriate for different breeds and classes of stock. For instance, you may be using a cradle, a race, or a crush. Ensure that you're appropriately attired to handle cattle and that specific workplace instructions are followed. Patience is necessary when working with cattle. Allow difficult cattle time to settle. Avoid isolating them and keep them with other cattle wherever possible. Observe animals carefully once restrained. It may be necessary to release head bales or adjust the level of restraint to ensure cattle are comfortable. When not in use, place the vaccinator down or in a holster. Only perform one procedure at a time and don't try and juggle a vaccinator gun and other equipment. Ensure that the workplace is not cluttered and that people carrying out vaccination procedures are able to work unhindered and in their own space. Space out people performing different operations. Use the right length needle. For subcutaneous injection, use a short needle so the vaccine will only go under the skin and not into the muscle. To safely attach and detach needles, a small pair of pliers is useful. Change needles regularly so they stay clean and sharp. Some guns have a special shroud to attach and detach needles. Only grab the hub of the needle to avoid damaging the needle. Vaccinator needles have a beveled end. Ensure that the bevel of the needle is attached so that it enters the skin parallel to the skin's surface. This will ensure vaccines are administered under the skin and not into the top layers of muscle. This avoids unsightly lumps and carcass damage. And here's a couple of helpful tips. Don't vaccinate wet cattle. Don't vaccinate in excessively dusty cattle yards. Don't vaccinate in areas of skin fouled with faeces or urine. To avoid damage to valuable parts of the carcass, vaccines should be injected as high on the side of the neck as possible, close to the base of the ear. This will ensure valuable cuts of meat are not damaged if injection site reactions or infection occurs. There are two basic approaches to vaccination: a two-handed approach and a one-handed approach. If you're starting out, a two-handed approach is best. With one hand, grab a fold of skin. Insert the vaccinator at 45 degrees to the skin fold. Don't inject straight in. To avoid accidental self-administration, inject below the hand holding the skin. Use your thumb as a guide to the injecting hand. For more experienced operators, the same result can be achieved using one hand, with the needle used to raise the skin fold as it's inserted. If you're unsure whether you vaccinated an animal properly, the procedure can be repeated. Pfizer livestock vaccines are safe if a second dose is given. Record the date, vaccine name, identity or group of animals vaccinated, batch number and expiry date of vaccine used. This is imperative to ensure that all cattle are properly vaccinated and that appropriate boosters are given at the right time and to the right groups of animals. While there's no withholding period for Pfizer vaccines, it's still necessary to maintain these records as a part of quality assurance programs. Thanks for taking the time to watch these videos. Pfizer Animal Health is here to support you, and if you need any clarification or help, then please contact us. Cheers.